All right, Damon Lynch, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing terrible. I'm getting dragged through the mud.
Oh, man. So, okay, let's start from the beginning. Who contacted you from the Trump camp?
I met the Trump campaign at a Republican watch party. I went to a Republican watch party and I met some Trump people, and we sat and we had a great conversation.
Uh-huh.
See, I feel that if you don't talk to the people, you'll never understand them, and if you don't understand them, they won't understand you. But we came to a great understanding of what Trump had going on.
And so they, so they invited you to come and pray. How long ago did you meet with them?
I've been talking to them for about 3 weeks.
Okay.
Trying to help them get their piece together, so it's not so the tone is not so racist.
Right.
That's my issue.
Okay.
Their tone is racist, even though their message isn't as quite racist.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
So I've been helping them trying to connect with me.
Yeah. And so they say, okay, we'll be in Westchester. We want you to do the opening prayer.
Yeah. And I said I would love to do the opening prayer because I love to pray for people who need prayer the most.
Mm-hmm.
You said it was dangerous to go in there. That may have been true. My mother was worried for me that I was going to go in there and get hurt and all these other things.
Yeah.
But when you walk in the light, you really don't worry about that. My mother worries when I walk through Avondale.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to the Trump rally, and don't get me wrong, it was very, very white. As a matter of fact, I was the only black person in the room that wasn't media.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So that alone,
so
it's nerve-wracking when you're the only black person.
Well, did you feel like you were being used by the Trump campaign? Let's throw this black guy up here so it looked like, there's some diversity going on here.
No, I feel like I'm being used by black social media. Because see, I watched 5, 9, 12. I watched everything last night. I wasn't on the news. I wasn't on CNN.
I know. I never saw you. I didn't even know until I saw something on Facebook.
The only reason you may know is because J. Rod, one of our biggest business owners, saw a tweet, and he reposted it, and they just start jumping on me by the dozens. Everybody follows J. Rod because everybody parties, and so that's why they're jumping on me. I haven't been used by white people at all. I'm being used as a scapegoat by black people for their hate.
Wow. And so what were they saying on Twitter about you?
It was Facebook. The word coon has been thrown around.
Oh, boy.
And that's what really hurts my feelings. The fact that somebody would call me a coon like I was jumping and dancing or even doing what those other 2 black ladies did for Trump. You want to know who did that for Trump at this Westchester rally? But you saw the video of the 2 black ladies screaming and yelling Trump and all those things?
I didn't see that.
Oh, you haven't seen that?
No.
Okay, we'll find that. It's 2 black ladies. They're stumping for Trump. But the people who stumped for Trump at this Westchester rally were Jim Neal, our Hamilton County Sheriff, and the Hamilton County Sheriff of Butler County. They stood up on the podium, and they did all the rah-rah, sis-boom-bop for
And I find that kind of odd for Jim Neal, who is a Democrat, up there stomping for Donald Trump, who's a Republican. I found that kind of odd.
Well, see, I don't find it odd because he's in the room with the people that he represents, and he's going to do their bidding as sheriff. So I don't find that odd. I sat in a room with the Butler County Sheriff, and he told me Butler County has 3 helicopters, and they got all the money in the world. Butler County is Westchester, White City, and they got everything you could want. And they don't let black people in, really. So that's why the rally was in Westchester. Like I said, I was the only black person in the rally. The only way to get in the rally was to be a part of the rally because they weren't letting black people in, which isn't as racist as you might think, but you don't let people in who don't want to be there. Like if your purpose is to disrupt the speaker, you shouldn't be allowed in. This isn't a public forum. Now the protest outside was lovely. I prayed at a Trump rally. There were no fights. There were no disruptions. So maybe God was with us. But all I did was say maybe a 30-second prayer, asking God for wisdom for Donald Trump and to guide these people who I know need guidance. You can see people who are racist and they look at you funny. But you can't. Well, you gonna fight all of them? No, you have to be diplomatic. I don't know if you know, but I was arrested last year for protesting.
Oh yeah, down was that on the square, I believe?
That was on Fountain Square. I was arrested for protesting. All of us that were arrested were charged and had to cop to the charges because our lawyers were too scared to fight the judges. Now, we don't believe that we were guilty of anything. We were exercising our right to protest, but they have made it illegal to protest in Cincinnati. I can only imagine if Cincinnati really had strong protest leadership like they used to with my father and Miss Iris, and they were inside that Trump rally, how many people we would have had to bail out of jail today.
Well, at first I think maybe Cincinnati got a little scared to have this rally here at Duke Energy. That's why Trump ended up canceling. I don't know the real reason why it was canceled and moved to Westchester instead of down at Duke. You could almost say, well, maybe they blamed it on the mini heart marathon. I'm not sure, but
Trump will be right to be scared. Trump's actions and the previous rallies of this week have been wild. But people are not taking it anymore from Trump. So he will be right to move his rallies somewhere smaller, more intimate. That's just good business sense. So yes, scared may be the fact. Of course, he won't claim that, but that's okay though. It's okay that he recognizes that he doesn't need to be where people are going to be in fights.
Now, some people are saying, well, Trump probably paid him to get up there and say a prayer. Did you receive anything?
No, I didn't get paid to say a prayer. I put a message on Facebook detailing my time. As I sat there, I talked to many of the people around me. One of them happened to work for the Jewish community, and we had a pro-Palestine. I was pro-Palestine. He was pro-Israel. We had a lively debate. It was a great debate. At the end of it, he said, would you like to go to Israel to see for yourself? I said, sure. He said, can you get a group of people to go? We'll see if we can pay for it. I said, sure. So I put that on Facebook, and now people are saying that I prayed at the Trump rally for a trip to Israel.
Oh, boy.
See, black people are worse than Fox News. They will spin you. They will use you. It's the black people using me. It's not the white people dragging me through hell. It's the black people dragging me through the mud right now for their own hate purposes. I got people dragging my dad through the mud thinking that I'm him, but they couldn't wait to hate on him because they already had the hate in their heart.
Wow. All right. Well, I'm glad you called us and filled us in on everything.
And it sounds like he did get something from the Trump rally. Like some of that hatred just seeped into him.
No. It sounds like I'm the hater?
Yeah, you're talking about how bad black people are and all that kind of stuff.
Emmanuel, I think you should stay because you're biased.
He's the one talking about how bad black people are.
I know. You're biased in this, Emmanuel.
Because I'm black, yes, and I'm not.
No, we know.
You're biased for sure, Mr. Livingston.
Right, because you're talking, you hating black people.
You don't like my father either. And we've had this conversation, and you won't say why. I asked you why after that. You don't like my father either.
But this got nothing to do with your daddy. I mean, I'm not talking about his discretions. I'm talking about you hating on black people just now.
No. Mr. Ware just said you were biased. Can you tell me why?
But you're trying to let's not deflect, sir. We talking about you hating on black people just now.
I love black people.
You love them so much that you just talked about how bad they are and how they use people and how they downgrade people. That sounds like a lot of love.
This is what's happening right now to me.
Well, couldn't it be some black people don't agree with you going to a rally to pray? It would be like going to pray to open a KKK rally, and then you say, well, we got to be in the room. What?
I, Damon Lynch IV, will say right now that I have no problem going to pray and meeting the KKK. That's
sad.
What is the issue with going to meet the people you think don't like you?
Well, I mean, Jesus probably would have done the same thing.
Yeah, that's right. Ask God's blessing on hate. Well, that's
great. He would have gone to try to smooth things over.
Ask God's blessing on hate. I can send you a copy of the prayer. I asked that the people got wisdom and guidance from God so that they did the bidding of the Lord and not the bidding of themselves.
So you're really not bright enough to understand that by being there praying at the Donald Trump rally, they're using you as a black face to endorse Donald Trump. You don't get that?
I do endorse Donald Trump for the Republican nominee. I want him to be the Republican nominee. That's as far as I'm going at the moment, and they get that. See, I don't understand what the problem is with having a candidate of choice.
So there's nothing wrong with endorsing hate.
Okay.
Just admit you're endorsing hate.
No, I'm not endorsing hate. I'm endorsing a candidate that's not the established.
A candidate that's endorsing hate.
I don't want Ted Cruz. I don't want Marco Rubio. I don't want Hillary Clinton. So it only leaves two left. And on March 15th, you have to vote for one side or the other.
Right, and I'm
going to choose to use my vote for Donald Trump.
Right, and you have the right to choose whoever you want.
He does, but
support.
people have a right to look at what you've done and the choices that you've made, and particularly the words that you said just a few minutes ago about how bad black people are, and judge you.
Oh, sure, judge me all you want to, brother. Just like I had the right to call to explain my position, you have the right to spin it as you wish.
Call a spin if you want to. You the one who was on here talking about how bad black people are.
Well, he was just saying they treated him just like they're worse than Fox News Network.
Right, black people are worse than Fox News.
At the moment, they're
right.
treating me like you think Donald Trump followers treat everybody else. They're doing the same thing Donald Trump people do to me that Donald Trump people do to black folks in his protests. They're calling me names. They're cussing me out. I don't know if I've had a death threat, but it's been close.
Somebody punched you in the face?
Say it again.
Somebody punched you in the face?
I said they're calling me names. They're cursing me out. I'm saying what they did to me. They're calling me names.
Well, you said they're doing the same thing to you that they do to black people at Trump rallies, and they punch black people in the face.
Okay. It sounds like somebody might punch me in the face. I'm scared. I'm not scared of white people, though. I'm scared of black people. So yeah,
I believe that you are scared of black people. I do.
I'm worried about that. I'm worried about the ignorance that exists in our community that would label me a hateful person for praying for people.
Hey, Damon Lynch, thanks for calling. Appreciate you calling, and good luck. But like I said, you have the right to support any candidate that you choose, and Donald Trump happens to be your candidate. And hey, nobody can fault you for that.
Amen. I appreciate you having me on. Emmanuel, we'll talk one day, brother.
Well, you got a right. Listen, I agree with Lincoln. You got a right to support your candidate, and you got a right to hate black people, which you clearly have demonstrated here. And nobody can fault. Well, yes, they can.
I never said I hated black people.
He's talking about the people who are hating on him.
No, that's not what he said.
I know he didn't say that.
People are worse than Fox News.
That's what he meant. I know that's what you meant.
That's exactly what I said, and I said black people are worse than Fox News. But I watch Fox
so
News
Lincoln,
every
don't
day.
try to tell him what he meant. He told you what he meant.
All right. Hey, Damon Lynch, good talking to you.